okay? We gotta make ourselves a new heart. Watch this, read this.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
If all blacks don't keep his commandments, then all these curses are going to come upon us.
You aware of that? So you bought that today? Yes, did you buy this drink today? You're not supposed to buy this every day. You just didn't know that part? Okay, we're going to read for y'all. Hold on. Give us a second. Hey, this is saving lives.
You're going to be looking out the window. When is my daughter coming back? When is my husband coming back? When is my wife coming back? When are my children coming back? Doing? And my name is Micaiah. So as the soldier was letting you know, this sign right here is how we identify who we are today. Okay? On the left side, you will see what God calls us: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, all the way down to Naphtali. On the right side, that's what we have been told is our identity here in America.
Right.
So which one do you guys identify with? American black. You as well, sis? And you the same, sis? West Indies. Okay, so according to the Bible, you all will be from the tribe of Judah. If you identify as American black, and you, I think the soldier was telling me, you will be from the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's start back at Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. Let's see and show how we know that these people on this sign, us, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that we are God's chosen people. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So are y'all familiar with the Bible? You know a man named Moses? Okay, so Moses, are you familiar with the history of Moses delivering the Israelites out of ancient Egypt? So after Moses delivered the Israelites out of ancient Egypt, we were brought into the wilderness. God gave us his law, statutes, and commandments, the 10 commandments, and much more. Now, after we've received the laws, Moses is letting us know what's going to happen if we don't keep God's laws. Okay? You follow? Read it from the top again.
But it shall come to pass.
Meaning this is going to be a future prophecy. It shall come to pass. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we don't listen to what God is telling us to do, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
Meaning we have to make a conscious effort to observe and make sure that we're applying what God says to do. His commandments, read.
And his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now let me ask y'all sister something. Curses, are they a good thing or are they a bad thing? Bad, right? So Moses is letting us know, if we don't keep God's laws, bad things are going to happen for our disobedience. Keep reading.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So when you look across the cities in America and across the earth, who's cursed in the cities? Who's living with single parent households? Who's dealing with guns and drugs and gangs in their communities? Black people, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Jump to verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So the curses, God says, are going to be upon us for a sign. Now, think about it. What do signs do? What is the purpose of a sign? Okay, a symbol, okay, to let you know something's about to happen. What do you say?
What I say? It's a symbol. Sign tell you what to do.
What's your name, my brother?
My name is Bohit.
Bohita? What's your nationality?
I'm from India.
Okay, you're Hindu.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're out here teaching that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, according to the Bible, are the Israelites, God's chosen people. So be patient and just listen. So we were going over what a sign is, okay? So if we go into Fair Mire, not today, because today is the Sabbath day, but let's just say tomorrow after the Sabbath, you wanted to go to Fair Mire to get some groceries. You're going to drive down the street and you're going to look for the sign that says Fred Meyer. Because there, on that building, it says Fred Meyer. That identifies what's there.
Right.
So God is letting us know that the curses are going to identify who God's chosen people are today. Okay? Read that again.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Meaning you're going to wonder, like, why is this happening to these people?
Right.
What did they do? Read.
And upon thy seed forever.
You ever heard of generational curses?
Yes, sir.
Things that happen over and over.
Of course.
That's what the Bible is saying. No matter what generation, what age we live in, we're going to fall under these curses because we keep breaking God's laws. Read verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So this is a curse, a punishment from God. God is, and through Moses, through the Spirit of the Lord, is telling the Israelites, you're going to go into Egypt. Read that from the top again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So, you say you're familiar with the Bible, correct, ma'am? So when Moses delivered the Israelites out of ancient Egypt, what was their condition in ancient Egypt? What were they doing? Were they prospering?
No.
What were they doing?
Enslaved.
They were enslaved.
Exactly.
They were in captivity. They were in bondage.
Exactly.
Okay?
sir.
Now let's get what Egypt means. Read.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what did the Bible just associate Egypt being with? Did y'all hear it?
Yes, sir.
What did it say? Did you hear, sis? Read it again.
I am the Lord thy God.
The God that created heaven and earth, he's the Lord our God and nobody else. Read.
Which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Egypt is known as what? The house of what? Bondage.
Bondage.
You see what I'm saying? So this is bondage. This is slavery right here. Go back to Deuteronomy 28:68. Read it from the top. So pay attention. Okay, read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So think about it. He said the Lord is going to bring you into Egypt, which is what? Bondage again, because we were in bondage in ancient Egypt. But what did he say? How are we going to go into Egypt?
With ships.
Who on this planet went into bondage or slavery on ships? Who is we? West Indian blacks, American blacks, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Haitians, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We went into slavery on ships.
Yeah.
What does that identify? That's saying that we are God's chosen people. We are the Israelites. This is our book. Y'all understand? You follow?
Yes, sir.
Jump back to verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So sis, these are your grandchildren? Your great-grandchildren. All praises. There you got some beautiful grandchildren. So this is another curse, another prophecy, another judgment for us breaking God's laws. He said, thy sons and thy daughters are going to be what?
Given unto another people.
They're not going to be given to your relatives, like you going on, back in the day, you on the summer vacation, they out of school, I'm going to send them down south to go hang out with their grandparents, to hang out with their cousins. No, he said your sons and your daughters are going to be given to another people, meaning outside of your race.
Go.
Okay, you understand? Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Meaning your kids are going to be taken. You're going to look because you can't do nothing about it. So you're going to look with failing and longing. You know when you long for somebody? I mean, I haven't seen my daughter in a long. I can't wait to see her again.
Right.
He said your eyes are going to be looking and longing, failing. Read that again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Every day. You're gonna be looking out the window. When is my daughter coming back?
Right.
When is my husband coming back?
Right.
When is my wife coming back? When are my children coming back?
Right. In there.
Read. And there shall be no might in thine hand. We can do nothing about it. But why did this happen to us, sis? Do you remember? We got dragged down the wrong path. What do you say? The curses. Not obeying God.
Right.
These things happen because we disobey our God.
Right. Exactly. Amen.
Read.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So since we didn't want to serve our God, guess what? We went into slavery on ships. Transatlantic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade,
Right.
Silk slave trade. We were sold on auction blocks.
Right.
We got a young buck right here, 20 bucks. We got a young bed witch, $50. She'll
Right.
take care of you good. We couldn't do nothing about it. Babies! Young children like your grandkids right here, your great-grandkids.
Right.
Think about it. But think about today, what happens? You got CPS.
Bring it up.
You got something to say, sis? What's up? CPS took 2 of your daughters? Adopted them to a white woman. Wow.
She took my kids all the way to Louisiana, and I can't see them till they're 18. No Instagram pictures, no phone calls, no letters, no.
So they took your kids. CPS came in and took your two daughters. 2 of your daughters. Sent them to Louisiana with some white folks. You can't communicate with them. You can't text them. You can't email them. You can't message them on Facebook. Read verse 32 again.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
You long for your daughters all the day long. But these things are happening because we broke God's laws.
Right.
So now we got to see, well, what laws am I breaking? Because God says if I break God's laws, these things will happen to me. So now in order to change that, now I got to learn God's laws so I can come up out of that. So I can get my daughters back. So I can come to my rightful place on this earth as God intended us.
Right.
Okay?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word.